Hello, it's Lucio Lejo here, and today we have another successful interview. Today we have Richard. So Richard, it's an English teacher. He needs the FCE because he wants to increase his job opportunities. He wants to work in an institute. And in order to make this happen, he needs this first certificate. So he enrolled in our program a couple of weeks ago, and in a very short period of time, he got 34 points out of 40 possible points in his last mock test. Hi, Richard. How are you?
Hi, Teacher Lucio. It's very nice to be here with you
Mm,
this day. So I'm so happy to be here.
great. Oh, same here, man. Same here. So could you please tell us what were you doing before you enroll in this program?
Well, first of all, I was teaching. Well,
Mhm.
right now, currently, I'm teaching at a school,
Good.
and I try to practice my English and improve a little bit. So I was looking for somebody who can help me, in order to pass this test, this
Yeah.
exam that I have been postponing a
Mm,
lot. So and then I said, no, I think that this is the time that I need to take this test. Um,
mhm.
so I found your web, and then I was looking at some videos on YouTube about your career and your
Good.
professional experience. And then I said, I think that this man or this teacher is gonna help me. I was just looking for a reliable source,
Good.
and that's what I found in your web.
Well, thank you for that. Um, yeah, tell me more about these postponing things. I mean, it's very interesting because when I talk to people, most of them tell me, yes, this was my goal. I mean, to get the certificates, right? It was my
Yeah.
goal a long time ago, but I've been postponing, procrastinating. So why? Tell me more about this postponing thing. I mean, why were you postponing this goal, and what happened to you to make the decision finally to um, start your training?
Okay. Well, first of all, it was I was a little bit nervous about taking this test. You
Okay.
know, because I always tried to watch videos on YouTube about the FCE. How is this test? What comes in this test? So when I saw some people really nervous there in the interview, I thought like, I don't know, what if you do not pass this test? What if you are not ready? Because I thought that I was ready, because I always try to practice on my own. However, I thought that I needed to practice more, or to have at least somebody who can guide me in this process. So first was that I was nervous, and then in on the other hand, it was maybe the economy. No, my economy was
Okay.
not
Got
that
it.
good, and then I think that those are the two reasons why I've been postponing a lot this FCE test.
Now, very interesting reasons. Number one, on the one hand, you talk about not being ready, not feeling ready
Feeling ready.
to take the plunge and start your training. Now, this is the thing, right? And I hope people who are watching this interview get this right. Um, there is no perfect moment, right?
There's no
So,
perfect
because many
moment.
people say, yes, when this happens, I will finally enroll in the program. But let's be honest, let's face the music. Um, most of the times, that X thing won't happen because
Yes.
life was made this way. Life will present to you different problems and obstacles, right? So we
Yes.
should take decisions, right? Um, despite the things or despite the difficulties you're facing. Now, the second thing that you mentioned too, it's the money, right? The money factor.
Yes.
So yeah, I totally understand that. But I remember our conversation,
Yeah.
and despite you, I mean, even though you were not ready financially, you found a way,
I
right?
found a
Because when
way.
there is a will, there is a way.
There's a way. Yeah,
When
so.
you really want to do something, you find a way to do it.
Good.
But if you don't want it, you will only find excuses, justifications, and you won't make this happen, right?
Yes. I absolutely agree with you, teacher. Now, I feel obviously more confident than before.
Good.
Now I feel that I am enhancing my English language and my speaking as well.
That's
Now
good.
I am trying to do the mock test, to do
Great.
as much as I can, and to take your suggestions, your advices that you're always
Good.
giving us.
Yeah, and talking about the mock test, tell us more about these last mock test that you took. You got 34 points out of 40 possible questions. So that was amazing because number one, you haven't finished the program, but you're showing outstanding results so far. Tell us more
Yeah.
about these mock tests that you took.
Well, I went straight to the first mock test, and then I just took it. I said that well, I think I can do it. So
Yeah.
come on, let's do it. I started doing it. First, of course, listening,
Mm.
and then I had some, I think, some doubts in the keyword transformation, I guess. Keyword transformation. But then in the end, I felt proud of myself because
Good.
I think that having a 34
Mm.
out of 40, I think that that's a great indicator, no? That you are progressing.
Definitely. I mean, it means that you are on the right track,
You're on the right. Yeah.
and it means that you are doing a good job.
Uh,
Okay. Now, were you kind of nervous, afraid before you took your first mock test?
no, to be honest, no, I was not nervous. And right now I'm taking my second. I'm taking my second,
Great.
to be
That's
honest with you,
good.
yes.
That's the idea. I mean, when people are getting ready for any kind of exam, you should measure your progress. You need to measure your progress every week. I would say every 3 or 4 days, but if you cannot make it, at least once every week, because that's the only way to measure your progress. That's the only way to tell yourself, okay, I mean, how ready am I to finally take the real exam, right?
Yes, I absolutely agree, teacher. And also, I found that if we practice and practice one more time, and we continue and carry on doing these mock tests, I think that we get familiar, more familiar with, I don't know, some of the words that tend to be tricky for us.
Yep.
That then we find another way to say that this is the option now that he's mentioning.
Good.
No, you tend to identify the specific words, and then you select the right choice. So that's, I
Correct.
think that the practice has helped me a lot.
Now, it's not only about taking mock tests, but also increasing your level of grammar and vocabulary, because
Yes,
you could take
definitely.
dozens of mock tests, but if your level of grammar and vocabulary is low, you will get the same results over and over and over again. And this
Yes,
is
yes.
exactly what we do in the program, right? So in the program, it's not only about the strategies, it's not only about get you familiar with the format of the exam, but also we analyze each grammar structure, We show you examples, we show you different cases, exceptions to the rules, and we have the practice stage as well. Do you think
Yes,
it's useful?
absolutely. It's very useful, because we practice a lot with our classmates and other who are also teachers, and
Yeah.
I don't know, they have different careers, but when we gather and we speak, after having practiced some grammar points, as you said before, which is great, no? You just give us there's some points, grammar points, and then we try to use it in our speech, in the speaking parts,
Good.
and to take into account also in the listenings, and also with teacher Juan in the writing sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Richard, why do you need the FCE?
Okay. Well, I need this FCE test because I want to prove that that's my real English level, right? And also because I think that it's gonna allow me to have more job opportunities.
Yes.
I would like to work in an institute or probably in a
Good.
university.
Good.
And I think that I strongly believe that for applying for a job in a university, you at least
Yes.
must have this kind of international exams, no?
It is a requirement,
It's a
right?
requirement. So that's
And if
why.
you don't hold these requirement, you could apply to different multiple places and you will technically get rejected. So you won't be accepted, right? Because this is the only way to prove, like you said, to prove yourself like that you have a good level of English. It's the only way, right?
Yeah, because they ask you, they ask you, but you can say that you have the level, no?
Yes.
You can say you just mention it, but they say, but show me, no? You have something. Where's your certificate?
Show
Where?
me the paper,
So,
right?
yeah,
Show me the
show me a
paper.
paper. Paper is key here, no? So come on,
Yes.
show me. So that's
All
one
right.
of the reasons I have decided not to take that.
Good.
Yes.
All right, Richard. And what are your plans for the future now? I mean, we haven't finished the program yet. What are you planning to do in the next few weeks?
Well, I have started with the FCE, and of course I want to carry on with the CAE. No, of course I want to continue with the CAE.
Good.
If well, it depends on God, and it depends if I don't know what we don't know what the future holds, but that's my desire. I know that's what I want to do in the future, to take
Good.
the CAE test, and then continue growing
Good.
professionally, no, and personally as well.
That's amazing. Are you planning to take the FCE this year?
Yes, this year, yes, because
Great.
I don't want to postpone more of this.
It's
I
a
just want
must.
to take it. Yes, it's a
Yes,
must.
absolutely. Okay. Um, so how was your experience so far with this program?
Well, my experience was, as I said before, it was incredible. It was great. Um, with your program, I have been challenged. No, I've been challenged to work more on my skills.
Good.
Whether it is speaking, writing, reading, or listening. But one of the things that you have made with your program is to push me. No, you to push me to search for more. To practice more, to look for new words. And that's what I like, because I think that that's what is missing in my English. Because I when I listen to you, I can listen that so easy that you make your sentences with those words that I would like to use as well.
Good.
So I say, this is the program that I want. This is the program, because this
Great.
program helps me. And really, teacher Lucio, you are helping me a lot. You and teacher Juan as well.
Yes.
And I would absolutely recommend this the this FC program, with teacher Lucio, I would absolutely recommend it.
Thank you. Thank you for the kind words, man. I mean, that really inspires me and motivates me to keep working, keep pushing, keep helping more people like you, teachers who, like you said before, I need this extra push to finally take the plunge and make things happen. And Richard, just to finish this interview, man, um, what would you recommend to those people, those school teachers who also want to work in an institute, a language center in the future, but who haven't gotten these certificates? What would you recommend to those people?
Well, I would definitely recommend the first of all your program. If they are looking, if they are watching the video, they
Yeah.
would definitely look for your program, and because if they want to continue working and if they want to improve their job opportunities, they
Yeah.
definitely need to take this FC program, because it's a reality with me. It's a reality with other guys
Yep.
who have been a part of your FCE program, and they
Mm.
have also succeeded in it.
Yes.
So I think that I'm going to succeed as well. So
You will.
I would tell them to just take this FCE program with teacher Lucio, because it's going to improve. They are going to improve their English. Not only that,
Mm.
but also it will give them more opportunities to work in an institute or a university. And don't be afraid, and to take just to make that decision, to make that
Yes.
decision as I made once.
Of course. Of course. Absolutely. I mean, I really appreciate your kind words, Richard. I'm quite sure that this interview, like many others we did in the past, will finally motivate, inspire uh, more English teachers out there who are watching this video to finally make the decision, right? I mean, because life is that way. I mean, it's just a matter of making decisions all the time. We're making decisions
Yes.
every day, every single moment. So um, our destiny is shaped by the decisions we made all the time. So thank you,
Exactly.
Richard, for having this interview with us. And I'll see you in class
Okay.
and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.